What's going on, y'all? It's David or David with my new series of builds for Genshin Impact. Today, I'll be covering my favorite build on my favorite character. I call it the Airbender Jean build because you'll feel like Avatar Aang when you blow everyone away. This is a main DPS build for Jean that dishes out plenty of Anemo damage and healing. My weapon of choice for Airbender Jean is the Festering Desire, the free weapon everyone should have gotten from the recent Dragonspine introduction event. The Festering Desire comes with energy recharge percent as the substat, which works really well with Jean since she has a very impactful elemental burst and a very spammable elemental skill to generate plenty of Anemo particles. Speaking of her elemental skill, the Festering Desire does not only increase the damage of your elemental skill by a lot, but it also increases the critical hit rate of it by quite a bit as well. To sum it up, this weapon is pretty much perfect for this build. However, if you somehow missed the event, don't worry because there are some slightly worse but still good replacement weapons. The Favonius and Sacrificial Swords both come with energy recharge percent as well, but don't offer extra damage for your elemental skill. Instead, the Favonius offers more energy recharge through elemental particles, and the Sacrificial gives you a chance to reset your elemental skill cooldown to also give you more elemental particles. If you don't have either of those either, there are still a couple of free-to-play weapons that can work as well. The Iron Sting is a craftable sword from the blacksmith that offers elemental mastery as a substat and a stackable damage from its ability. Without the energy recharge percent, you won't be able to burst as much, but the elemental mastery does help you dish out a lot more swirl reaction damage. The Skyrider sword is even more free to play because it's only a 3-star weapon and you can find it practically anywhere and everywhere. It comes with the energy recharge percent substat just like the other ones, and the ability increases your attack and movement speed for 12 seconds after bursting, which is just enough time to fit in 2 elemental skills since the cooldown of it is 6 seconds. Now onto the artifacts for the build. I do think that 2-piece Viridescent and 2-piece Gladiator is the best set, but you can definitely do well with other sets. I'm currently running 2-piece Viridescent and 2-piece Bloodstained to have a bit more basic attack damage in lieu of doing more damage with their elemental skill and elemental burst. Although Viridescent and Glad is the best combo because that is the most optimal way to get the most damage out of your elemental skill and burst while not compromising the damage on one of them with something like Noblesse or Bloodstained. Other good artifact combinations you can run are 4-piece Viridescent, 4-piece Noblesse, or just 2-piece Viridescent and 2-piece Noblesse. If you aren't quite there yet in terms of progression and haven't been able to begin farming for these sets, the Scholar and the Exile artifacts are both great to run as 2-piece sets, while Braveheart and Gambler sets are great to run as either a 2-piece or a 4-piece set. For your artifact main stats, I run attack percent on the Sands, Anemo damage on the Goblet, and crit damage on the Circlet. The crit damage on the Circlet is because Festering Desire gives your elemental skill innate crit rate, but if you're using any other weapon, I generally run crit rate on your Circlet instead. Now, if you have some insanely well-rolled artifacts with plenty of attack percent, you can replace your Sands artifact with an energy recharge percent one and start bursting off of cooldown. In terms of substats, you want to be prioritizing attack percent over everything, followed by whatever crit you are not running on your Circlet. Meaning, if you have crit damage on your Circlet, you should prioritize crit rate on your substats and vice versa. Then followed by energy recharge percent, and then everything else doesn't matter nearly as much. In this build, constellations are not required at all. I repeat, constellations are not required, but I figured I'd point out which ones help boost the effectiveness of this build. At C2, you hit your first power spike, giving you some nice attack speed to just increase your normal attack DPS. At C4, you hit your next power spike, reducing the Anemo resistance of all enemies within range of your elemental burst by 40%. And your final power spike comes at C5 when you basically get 3 free upgrades of your elemental skill. Onto your talents, I would level up your basic attacks first as much as you can, followed by your elemental skill, and then finally your elemental burst. This is because that's pretty much the order in which you use them the most, nothing really special here. As for the Ascension Talents, you're obviously going to want to have Jean as high of a level as you possibly can, so they'll just come along anyways, but the 4th Ascension Talent, Let the Wind Lead, is very good for elemental burst spamming, because basically it just cuts 20% off of the energy requirement for her burst. I use this build everywhere that I take Jean, but it really shines most in Domains and the Abyss especially. Jean has the advantages of being Anemo for the resonance bonus, being able to dish out a ton of DPS, access to swirl reactions, and the ability to heal everyone very consistently, meaning it is very hard to not find a place for her on any team. My favorite domain to take her into is the Valley of Remembrance, where, by the way, is where you can actually farm for the Viridescent set for her. And my favorite team to take with her into the Abyss is alongside Fischl, Bennett, and either Venti or Sucrose. I'll let the clips of both of those areas play out for the remainder of the video, so thank you all so much for watching till the end. I hope that this video helped you out in some way, shape, or form. If you could all please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this, and make sure to elemental burst that subscribe button and notification bell, which is completely free by the way. It would mean just so much to me. Drop me a comment below with what character you would like to see next, and I will check you all in the next video. See ya!
風の神よ、我らを導きたまえ。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。みんながそばにいてくれるわ。影のカラスが風よ、私に応えるのだ。姿を逃げようなんて思わないでよね。全力攻撃だ。風よ、私に応える。断罪の名に。夜の源源。風だ。みんながそばに。剣に誓う。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。風の神よ、我らを導きたまえ。みんながそばにいてくれるわ。絆。くらえ。姿を見せよ。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。くらえ。黒き翼よ、みんながそばにいてくれるわ。剣に誓う。風だ。姿を見せ。みんながそばにいて。風よ、私に応えるのだ。お嬢様の仰せの。くらえ。くらえ。風の神よ、我らを導きたまえ。みんなが姿を見せ。冒険だ冒険。風よ、私。燃えろ。みんながそばにいて。くらえ。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。影のカラスが。くらえ。 てくれるわ。断罪の名によ。風よ、私に応えるのだ。この程度の傷。影のカラスが
全力攻撃だ。燃え
剣に誓う。風だ。答えなさい。
I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair with those eyes so bright. They look into